NFL viewers were both delighted and outraged after witnessing Richard Sherman's entertaining, loud, boastful post-game rant. The epic interview has sparked many a debate. We have Sherman apologists who chalk the emotion-fueled rant up to a heated football game, and others who voice their displeasure, saying some blatantly racist things sometimes. The word thug was reportedly used around 625 times on the day after the interview, and Richard Sherman has something to say about that. Take a look.
The only reason it bothers me is because it seems like it's the accepted way of calling somebody the N-word nowadays. You know, it's like everybody else said the N-word, and then they say thug, and they're like, oh, that's fine. And that's where it's kind of, you know, it kind of takes me aback, and it's kind of disappointing because they know what's the definition of a thug really. You know, can a guy on a football field just talking to people, you know, maybe I'm talking loudly and doing something, you know, talking like I'm not supposed to, but I'm not, you know, there was a hockey game where they didn't even play hockey. They just threw the puck aside and started fighting. I saw that and I said, oh man, I'm the thug? What's going on?
Joining us with a reaction to the reaction, we have HuffPost multicultural editor Jermaine Spradley. Jermaine, Sherman graduated at the top of his class. He went to Stanford. He's obviously no idiot. What do you make of this, the thug is the new N-word thing, though? I mean, for me, the N-word is the N-word, and it's carved out a particular place in American public consciousness, and it's an incredible taboo. Do you think that thug is an ersatz N-word?
Well, I think that as something like the N-word has gone to be out of the public consciousness, is something that people can actually direct towards African Americans and not be vilified for it. I think society has found other ways of getting the same point across that the N-word once got across. And I think thug sometimes can be one of those words. So I think he does have a point. I
mean, the thing about the N-word was it's so intensely associated with slavery. It's so intensely associated with the legacy of the South, with Jim Crow. I mean, thug is a term that has historically not had anything to do with race. Do you think it's starting to get racial overtones?
I think thug, particularly within the hip-hop culture, within people who view the hip-hop culture as a thuggish culture, it has actually had a lot to do, it has been directed at African Americans more sort of commonly than any other particular race. So I don't know if I would agree with you there. I do think that Richard Sherman makes a solid point when he says that when they're calling him a thug, they mean something else. They don't mean he's a thug like he's going out and robbing people. They don't mean he's a thug as in someone who's committing crimes. So then you have to ask yourself, if that's not what they mean when they say thug, what do they mean?
What do they mean?
I think they mean a bombastic African American who doesn't fit into the stereotype.
Who's speaking out of turn and speaking too loudly and being too aggressive in there.
A little uppity.
Right. Yeah. What did you make of the speech when you saw it?
You know, I didn't mind the speech. I think the initial one, the post-game speech with Aaron Andrews, I thought that was a person who had just won a huge football game for his team and was feeling really confident about himself. So I understood that. I think the NFL Network just released today, he was mic'd up during that entire game. So when he runs up to Crabtree after the game and he pats him on the butt, when you hear the actual mic'd up, what he said to him, he said, great game. He said, hell of a game, and stuck his hand out for a handshake. So I don't think he was trying to show Crabtree up.
And that's what he's always said happened anyway. Yeah. I mean, that was always his version of events. Fox Sports' Mike Garofalo tweeted this picture of a billboard in Denver that takes a shot at Sherman, calling him classless. I think this is kind of getting out of hand, isn't it, Jermaine?
I think it's going too far.
Who puts up a billboard?
Who puts up a billboard? And I don't think class is necessarily something that we should be debating when it comes to professional athletic post-game interviews. Like that's not.
You can say that totally again. Yeah, his etiquette was way off. Yeah, well, he's a footballer.
He's a football player. He just finished playing a huge game. He's going to the Super Bowl. I think the conversation got blown way out of proportion.